Well, here we are into the primary election season, and one of the most important offices in the county of Allen, or the city of Fort Wayne, depending on how you look at it, is a county commissioner. Now, the county commissioners determine a lot of things about the growth of a community. Of course, you have your city council and those particular areas, but overall, the members of the county commission board, they're the ones who make a big determination about what happens in the city as far as our growth goes, where things should be, or should things be even erected in the first place. So I've had a chance to talk to some of those folks, and I ran across one lady who I was really surprised about because I had no idea who she was. I'd never heard of her. I didn't know her background. I didn't know her history. Frankly, I didn't know anything. So I decided to reach out with somebody who knew her and said, hey, I'd like to talk to her one-on-one, have a discussion. Her name is Ewelina Connolly, and she's an import to Fort Wayne. She's not native born, she's from Poland. Well, she came to Fort Wayne in the late 1990s, I believe it was, and she became involved in the city. Turns out she was a dancer, which I didn't know, and ultimately got involved with organizations. She's certified family marriage and those kind of things. She'll explain all those things to you, but she decided to run for, well, believe it or not, to be on the county commissioners. And frankly, that's a tough job. And there's some big issues coming up for the county commissioners. One is a potential casino we may or may not see. And the other one is a quarry that, well, may or may not be built. This depends on whose side you're on. But here is my discussion with Ewelina Connolly. And the biggest thing I asked is about her background. Where'd she come from? And frankly, how'd she get here and why? Now take a listen to what she had to say.
Yes, I'm happy to answer that question. But first, let me tell you why you perhaps not have never heard my name in political circles before, because I don't come from politics. I do come from 30 years of serving the people of Allen County in various roles. What has brought me to Fort Wayne, in a way, I came here few years before I had the opportunity to come and stay, and that was through the sister city relationship that Fort Wayne has with my hometown, which is Płock, Poland. I don't know if you're familiar with the sister city relationships that Fort Wayne has.
I knew we had one with a city in Japan. I knew
Yep.
that, but I did not know we had one in Poland.
Yes, we do. There's one from Japan, which is Takoka, Japan, and Gera, Germany. And so Płock is also a sister city to Fort Wayne. And so that was initially that opportunity for me to come here and learn more about the community. Um, Really, my story is your American dream story. I grew up in a communist socialist Poland. And I was really able to find this opportunity and pursue freedom and opportunity here in the United States, because even after the communist was over in my home country, there came time of very painful transition and change and growth. That really did not allow for a lot of opportunity to young people. So I am very grateful that I've landed in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I've been here the whole entire time. It's been amazing watching this community grow and change over the past 30 years.
When you
Truly
came here
incredible.
from Poland, did you come by yourself, or did you have other family members that came with you? How did that all happen?
Yes, I came here by myself. I came here um, initially when I was coming here. I was part of a dance group. We
Ah,
used to come and perform here in Fort Wayne.
okay, you were a dancer.
I used to be a dancer. Yes,
What type of dance? Ballet and that kind of stuff, or what was it that you were?
it was Polish folklore.
Okay, all right.
Yep, and quite frankly, many people in Fort Wayne might still be very familiar with the group from Płock because this group used to come to Fort Wayne on pretty regular basis, specifically for Three Rivers Festival. And it would perform at places like Honeywell Center in Wabash and the Follner Theater here in Fort Wayne. So perhaps some of our viewers um, perhaps they've actually attended a concert or two
Well,
in the
I,
past.
I tell you what, that gave me some background I didn't know. So here you are, you're somebody in the dance troupe. You come from Poland. What on earth prompted you then to say, I think I'm going to get involved with politics, and especially as ugly as politics is in America? Let's be honest, it's nasty.
I agree, Pat. This is about the worst time to get involved in politics. But I think that's what makes it the most important time. And as I've mentioned to you, because of my background growing up in communist socialist Poland, I've seen really firsthand the impact of these socialist ideas and socialist regime that it has on people, and how soul crushing it is if it comes to human ambition. And so, I've spent my professional career here in Fort Wayne working with individuals and families, and really working towards the betterment of this community. And in the past few years, I really have noticed that as I am living my American dream and as I am working with other people to help them realize their American dream, even as American born, um, I've noticed that these socialist ideas and ideologies started to make a comeback. And, we know what's happening in New York right now.
Oh,
Uh,
yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do.
we do. Perhaps, I don't know if you do know, but we now have a Socialist Democratic Party here in Fort Wayne. So somehow we have not learned the lesson that we're supposed to learn from history, and we are seeing this resurfacing of fascination with socialist ideologies. And so, from my standpoint, I raised my children here, now grandchildren, and I'll be darned if I'm going to wake up in United States of America to the same reality that I had the opportunity to escape from. So that's very motivating
So
to
did
me.
you, did you become naturalized here in the United States to become a citizen then? Is that what you did?
Yeah, so my first 15 years in the United States, I was a green card holder. And, at that point, I made a decision to become a naturalized citizen, which was a big decision for me because I grew up in a different country. And, even being here for 15 years, I would find myself still asking myself a question of really, who am I and where do I belong? And so I've made a decision to pursue citizenship, to pledge allegiance to this country, and to pursue more decisively civic involvement in our community. So from that point forward, I've gotten involved with civic development opportunities such as Mitch Daniels Leadership Program, where I applied and I was accepted as the only person from Allen County. And from there, I've applied to take part of the Lugar series, a very prestigious program designed specifically for Republican women who are seeking to either run for office or be appointed. And so that has been an amazing experience. I've also have gotten involved with the policy circle here locally, which has been truly an amazing opportunity and opportunity to make connection with another like-minded women in our community. So my civic growth has been gradual. I wanted to make sure that I am well prepared and well and surrounded with the right people before stepping my foot and throwing my hat in a ring, so to speak, running for public office.
Well,
It's
now
been
here's the deal. You pick the county commissioner's office, and if you're going to pick a big office, boy, when you started big. I'll give you that, because most people think about county council or some of the lower positioned elected offices. But when you went big, you went big. So what prompted you to say, "Hey, I want to be a county commissioner"?
Yes, I am. I am a visionary, and I am a seasoned executive. So I feel that, on the one hand, my work with people, boots on the ground, something that I have not shared with you yet. My professional career in Fort Wayne started as when I was serving as a therapist. I am licensed marriage family therapist and licensed clinical addictions counselor. So these were really my first steps professionally in this community. Um, Literally going into people's homes, working with them, um, making sure that we are working again towards better outcomes for these individuals, families, and our community. And that led me to take roles, various administrative roles, and at this point of my career, I have years of executive leadership experience um, behind my belt. And so yes, on the one hand, knowing the community well, having had the opportunity to work in every corner of the community, because as a nonprofit leader, you truly you get involved. You serve on boards, committees, task forces. You're solving problems and navigating opportunities that go beyond the mission of your organization, that really serve the community at large. And on the other hand, having the executive experience and understanding what it takes to be a leader on that level. Um, all of that to say, the commissioner role has really been the role that I've had most interest in, and obviously, I was needing to wait for the right opportunity to come along.
The commissioner's job is to control a lot of stuff, what happens in a city, the growth of the city, the things that are happening. And there's a couple of big projects, a couple of big issues we have to talk about and get your opinion on it so people can understand where you stand. The biggest issue that they're talking about, and it's been going on for gosh knows how long, is a casino. And this goes clear back to 2009 when Tom Henry first tried to get a casino in, and people went, nah, we don't want one of those things. And there was discussion about getting it recently in New Haven, and a group that resort out of southern Indiana came up, oh, we're going to spend $500 million in New Haven, building a fabulous facility in New Haven. Didn't go anywhere. Ultimately, the state government says, okay, we're going to set it up, and that way the commissioners can make a decision. And then ultimately along the line, this is the way things turned out. It ended up being, no, we're going to have a referendum. And right now, that is what is scheduled to happen. But once a referendum goes, then the county commissioners are going to have to say yes or no whether we want this or not. All of this leads up to, where do you stand on a casino in Allen County?
Yes, so you may know the timeline of this conversation playing out. So when I first announced my candidacy, we're at a very different place in terms of the casino conversation, and it kind of has developed over the past few months. And from the very beginning, knowing that perhaps I will not be ultimately the person making the decision on the casino, because this decision will be made yet this year. And if elected, I will not step into my role until next year. But from the very beginning, I was advocating for the referendum very, very strongly. And one of the reasons why I thought that referendum is the way to go about it is because we now seem to have a pattern of big projects that come our way where people don't feel included in a decision making, where people feel like decisions are made behind closed doors, and they are kind of informed of what the result of those decisions are. Um, I am a leader of people. I am running because I want to put people first. So naturally, I was very strongly advocating for the referendum, and I was glad, to follow that bill and the process, and to see that the referendum finally made its way into the final bill. So, with that said, yes, the referendum will be on the ballot in November, and I will absolutely align with the majority vote.
All right, that's issue number one. Issue number
We
two.
have a lot of issues,
Oh,
don't
no,
we?
no, I want to go to the two big issues because these are the things people are talking about. And these are, you're probably going to be pressed on by the media and everybody else. Issue number two is the potential for a new quarry for building products and what have you on the southwest side of Fort Wayne, over near the new DuPont or IU hospital, and all the new expansion happening in the southwest side. And it's turned into a real a dogfight, if you will, over having that quarry built. And now there's a big meeting of the Coliseum scheduled for May 26th, I believe it is. And it's so big they're going to have it in the Coliseum. Heaven knows how that's going to turn out. But as a potential commissioner, I'm not sure if it's going to ever come up, but you're going to have to vote on it. How do you feel about a quarry being put in southwest side of Fort Wayne, near the schools, near the hospital, and near everything else in the city?
Yes, again, very disappointing that we hear about these projects while they're already in motion, right? Instead of um, maybe having conversation proactively. Um, if there's a need for a quarry because we need the resource, that's the conversation that needs to happen in this community. Now, the current location proposed for the quarry is not the right location for this project. And I was, I believe, the very first candidate who made an official statement against the quarry in the proposed location. I want to be very clear. I am pro-development. I don't believe that this quarry at the proposed location is compatible with the residential development that we have there, with the school systems, with the healthcare that's there. And so that is why I am standing against it, and supporting the voices of people on the southwest side, which also falls under the district that I would represent as a commissioner of District 3. I want to make sure that these voices are heard and amplified, and that I am an active ally in conversation with residents living in that area, but really residents of Allen County at large, so that we can understand that this is not the kind of project that is welcome in that space.
So there it is. Ewelina Connolly, Polish immigrant, been here roughly 30 years, married, has kids and grandkids, and she's turning the big 5-0, and she wants to be a county commissioner. Will she? Well, we'll find out on Tuesday when they have the primary. Regardless of how it turns out, we now know there are people that really care about this city, care about what happens, care about our growth. And it looks to me like Ewelina Connolly is one of those people who may very well be the next commissioner of the Board of Commissioners of Allen County. Time will tell, and elections will be deciders. And now, you know.